What's going on, YouTube? Joey Burkcat 8 here. Well, you can see in the title what time it is. We actually got mail. I want to wait for one thing to come in today so I could do a bigger video. It's the only thing else I had coming in. So, before the National, I had a card I was waiting on. I had to go get authenticated, so that should be a big deal already. So I'm going to go through the mail and update everything here. So, the time I was at the National, the new release of 2021 Prestige. I think it's 2021 Prestige, yeah. And Prestige Football came out with one more new NFL Top 100 auto. And Luke, I'm busy at the National, so Luke already had looked it up, the checklist, and found this for me. And when two of them came on eBay at the same time, he messaged me both of them, and I made offers on both of them, and I got one of them. Thank God I didn't win both of them, but for a really steal of a price, I think, for these from the Houston Oilers NFL Top 100 of Ken Houston. So that's a first one for me. And I think he is Hall of Fame, but I'm pretty sure he is, which it means I might get him in the Spectra set pretty soon. So Ken Houston, gonna get a mag shortly. Not at the moment. Then the next one is big. It's massive. I had it here for a bit. I had it here actually before the National, but I wanted to wait to do it for a mail day here. So from the same set, NFL Top 100 autographs. These have sold anywhere from $800 to $450. These cards, and I got mine for at $400 shipped. So I was ecstatic to get it at this price, but it's way more. I don't know if it's this player or how rare this card is coming up. I've seen maybe 4, but still, it's not out of the norm to only see a couple. But another Hall of Famer of Barry Sanders. So the really only one I need right now is Tom Brady. That one was one of the buggers for me to get. So, but I did get it. I seen this card at the National selling for, the price tag was $600. So obviously I got a way better deal than that. So I would have been really hard pressed to get it at the National if I already didn't have it. I'd probably make a deal there. Then I got this in the mail. First time I've ever had to do one of these. Somehow it went to, this is how bad it was. The sellers in Illinois, it mistakenly went to California and then to Florida where it gets authenticated. The whole wrong coast. So I would have had it before I went to the National, but I haven't even opened it. So, but it just had to do the grand tour of America, the United States, before it came home. So fancy. I'm guessing this is a magnetic on the bottom. It is. So it opens up like this, and I don't know how it works. I see a little note thing in here. Authentic without a doubt. The search is over for now. And it has some kind of QR code on the back of the sleeve. Okay. Nice. The presentation is nice. I didn't pay for this, but cool nonetheless. Yeah, excited about this one. I wanted this card. It was in my top 5. It was probably number 5 or 4. And I missed out on one not too long ago. It went up for auction and then it just came down and never showed anywhere else. But from 2000, 1999, Sports. So this is Fleer, Sports Illustrated, on-card auto with the stamp of Bart Starr. That's massive. So another one off the high priority list from the early on days. Wow. That's massive. And I paid $514 for it. There's this QR code, but it's not going to be in here long. It's going right to a mag. And it has an Edge issue already, I can tell. It's $19.99 for sure. Sorry about that glare. Maybe I can help it a little bit more by going this way. Now I'll just have to tilt it. But yeah, nasty pickup for the Bart Starr collection. I like that a lot. Bold black ink, all on card from 1999. If that doesn't hit my wheelhouse, I don't know what does. So that's the mail. I don't know what to do with this thing, my Hoover, but whatever. I don't know. Anyway, so we're on to the National stuff. I only picked up 2 cards at the National, but I did a BGS submission, which was, I knew I was going to do. I really could only picked up 3 cards, but I didn't make the deal on the other one. It got sold after I'd kind of let it go. So it was just a little bit too much. But anyways, I found this, and I fell in love with it. From 1998, Bowman's Best. Atomic Refractor. And it's gonna dance, but it's not going to dance for you in this plastic holder. I'm gonna see if I can get it off there without ruining it. I paid $270 for this, and I fell in love. I'm not much for SGC at all, but here we go, a graded 9 of Reggie White. That is crazy. Always wanted this card. Priced at $300. Got it for $270. So here is the back. I have number 66 out of 100. And as I was described, because I went through and I made some messages, talked to some friends on the floor where I should be at in this card. They thought 300 was easy all day fare, so I paid a little bit less than that. Without being a PMG, it's one of the best Reggies I think you can find. Without being like a PMG at all. So, what an insert. What a numbered card from 1998. And it just, So yes, fell in love with that, had to have it. And I really wasn't looking for this card specifically, but when I saw it, I said yes. And this table had a bunch of SGC slabs of some really brilliant inserts. And it was right in the beginning of the show where you walked in. So amazing. I loved it, and I don't know what I'm going to do with this card because it's too big. So I don't know. Further evaluation is needed. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Then the massive Star Plus pickup of the show. I found this the second day, and I knew it was going to be mine. Just no two ways about it. Once I get it out of here, from 2008 Donruss, Leaf Limited, I'm sorry, from the Donruss Company. 25 out of 25. Bart Starr, Jim Taylor, Forrest Gregg triple auto. You can see it's numbered to that, but here's the numbering. Massive. Massive card. Love this. I love limited for one thing. Multiplayer signed by 3 Hall of Famers. Sign me up. I'll be first in line for stuff like this. Wow. Love that. Love that. So that was the big one. That was a big boy for me. I love that card. The other one was a dual auto of Joe Namath and Bart Starr out of 20. Money just wasn't right. This one was. And I took care of it. So that's my pickups. That was my whole national, basically 2 cards. But you knew I was going to BGS, and that was probably the most important thing going on for me there. Because I didn't want to do these cards and send them in and wait. I wanted them in hand. So what I did was the 2013 Select Rainbow that I have. I have the 101, the gold, and the green. And what I did was, like, a couple nights before the National, I went and looked them over out of the top loaders, and I cleaned them of any fingerprints on them, and got a really close inspection, because you really can't judge anything until it's actually out of whatever you're storing it in. So, and I went over it, and I says, this one is not going to jam. I knew it right away, but I don't care. It's one of those cards that you just had to slab anyway. I looked at the pop report. There's my only one. I went to BGS. So I only have one graded in this in BGS. So it's a pop 1 BGS. But I looked at PSA pop report, and there's one PSA 10 out there. The one that I guess I would want to have if it ever showed. So without further ado, we'll start with the lowest numbered one, which I knew, I was pretty confident, but I felt this one was going to be the closest, with 9.5 centering, 9 corners, 9.5 edges, and 9.5 surface. So it's a min gem, but it's absolutely gorgeous. From 2013 Select, Prism Green, numbered 11 out of 15. That is nasty. I knew it was going to be close, but I was pretty confident it was going to get it. I took off a big fat fingerprint that I put on there by accident beforehand, so that probably made it. Since only the corners were, I didn't think the corners were that bad on this one, as a 9, but I thought maybe, I guess there was one iffy corner in the back. But look at it shine. I'm sorry about the glare. I'm doing this in the evening, and usually I like doing it during the day. But there was just, work has been hectic since I've been back. So, anyways, the green. What's next? What's next? Well, it's the gold. This is the one where I said it's not going to make it. But it didn't get bad grades. Numbered 7 out of 10. I'd seen a little bit of an edge and a corner issue. This is the only card, even though it's the lowest graded card I have for the Select Rainbow, it got the only 10 subgrade, so that says a lot. The gold got a 9, and I'm okay with that. I knew going in I wanted to get a 9, and I got a 9 plus, basically, because with the 3 9s and a 10. So corner, surface, and edges got 9. So it's not on the edge of getting the bump. It's just not. But the 10 centering. So this is what the centering is supposed to look like. And I would think that's pretty good. So I'm still not mad about it. Will I look for another one to grade? Absolutely. But I bet you if I paid for another one, it'll be $800+. So I don't know. But nice. And then from the last November when I picked this up, this was the one I was most confident about, and it got the same grades as the green, which is fine. So it's a Min Gem, same subgrades as the green. So 9.5 centering, 9 corners, 9.5 edges, and 9.5 surface. The 2000 Select Prism Black Part Star from eBay, which I paid $350 off of eBay. That's a massive card. Massive. People say don't grade 101. So this is for my personal collection. You can fuck off. Sorry, pardon my French. I love it slabbed. It's beautiful. It looks fantastic. So there you have it. What a submission. That is incredible. Too bad they're not all gem, but that's okay. It's still a mint card. Mint cards don't bother me at all. It's just the way it is sometimes. But yeah, I can't believe how close the green and gold, the green and the 101 were. I thought they'd be a little bit better, but not complaining. They're still gem mint. Gem mint card, insane to get. These are from 2013. That's 9 years ago, and it held that kind of condition. Was when they were pulled, they were not as big as they are now by a long shot. So, wow. Now for the wow moment. There's always a wow moment in my national stuff. There was one more card that you knew I was, if you're following my channel in the slightest, you knew I was bringing to the national. And this has got one hell of a story. From 2005 Ultimate Collection. Ultimate Collection. Ultimate Signatures 6. Star, Favre, Horning, Brum, Rogers, Kramer. My thought was getting this card graded was just to preserve it, and absolutely 100% that's what I wanted to do. My thought was the grade would be, at best, 858. And it didn't get that. Not even close. Well, I mean, close, but it's you're going to look at it and you're going to say, what? And that's what everyone I showed it to went, what? But anyways, I'm not complaining at all. I am just confused. So 9.5 centering I thought was going to be okay. 9 corners did better than I thought. 8.5 edges, yes, I knew there were going to be an edge issue. And the surface, 9.5. So I got 2 9.5 subgrades on this card with a 9. It is not that far off from being gem mint. It is a mint 9 6-way. Now, if you are intuitive and smart, you've seen the front here for a quick second, and you've seen this. Believe me, I seen it and I went, how? So when I got the submission back, I'm sorry, this is gonna be a story, because I went, how? As you can see, the Bart Star runs off card. And you can see the Jerry Kramer runs off card and is kind of bubbly. So at best, I thought I was going to get an 8 auto grade, which I didn't care. The rest of them were fine, and there were some little issues here and there. But so I got the paperwork back, and I took a picture and showed it to Luke and Michael Phillips. It's the only people that saw it away from the national. And I'm like, how? So I'm looking at the paperwork. The paperwork had a 0 auto grade. Luke looked it up on the pop report for BGS, and it showed a 0 auto grade in their pop report. how gorgeous is this card or not? It's wow. It's a wow. So, and then I noticed on the label that they spelled Jerry Kramer's last. They only go with last name on here, and then on the very end, Kramer was spelled Kramen. So it was spelled incorrectly, and that bugs the living crap out of me. I'm just like that. I'm a little OCD about it. So Luke says, don't even go back. Don't go back and try to fix it. They might downgrade it. I couldn't take it. I went anyway. I showed him the paperwork. I showed him the picture of the pop report where there was no auto grade. I says, can you fix the label so it's spelled correctly? And can you put the auto grade in the pop report? They said, they looked at it. He says, and they apologized left and right. And I'm thinking, okay, the guy's going to look at the auto. It's going to be an 8, maybe a 7. But it came back. They fixed the pop report, put 10 in the pop report, and fixed the label. So they saw it again. Now I'll get you some Aaron Rodgers and some Jerry Kramer and some Brian Brom action for a little bit. So, yeah, I'm still confused, but it's PC. And if it ever does have to move, people with a brain are knowing that they made a mistake here. But they didn't make a mistake here. So I'm excited about the 9 for the grade of the card. Very excited. I didn't think it was gonna. At best 8.5. To get a 9, it really shook me. That's thunderous. That's thunderous grade for this card. Considering the way I looked it over, I wasn't worried about the centering, but I didn't know what to go off of something like this. It looked good. It didn't look any cattywampus on me. I was hoping maybe to get a 10 centering, but it didn't. Surface, I was wondering, but I didn't see any like little indentations or anything. Cleaned it off real nice. Make sure there was no fingerprints on it. I didn't see any imperfections in the surface when I was doing that. So I was a little bit confident there. But I was worried about over here by the Bart Star's last letter. I was worried that had something going on there that was an imperfect surface. So that's why I was thinking 8.5, because that little spot right there, and that affected the edge more than anything. Right here, if I can't show it to you, but when I had it, you could tell Bart Starr went off the card when he signed his letter R. You could see it on the edge. The ink ran over onto the edge, and there's like a little indentation in that edge from that. And that's where I thought, well, it could go. You could have 2 negative factors, edge and surface. Well, it really affected the edge more than anything, and that's why the edges got 8.5. So even if this had a bump in the edges, it still would be 2 9.5s and 2 9s. Still not bad. But the corners, I did not think we're going to get a 9. I thought the back corners were the 2 bottom corners on the back, which I would consider this the back, were a little bit rough, but a 9. Very excited about that. So a 9 overall grade. I'm sorry I'm talking about this card in length, but it was the one thing I wanted to go to the show for. I wanted to get this card done. It makes this look like nothing. You know what I mean? To me, at least. This is a top 5 card that I got. This is peanuts compared to this in my eyes. When I fall in love with something, I fall deeply in love. And I love this card. I love this card. So, as a person that is honest and wants to have the grade correctly, this is going to kind of bug me, but like I said, I know better, and everybody on the planet knows better when they look at the card. So, am I gonna fight to get a downgraded auto grade? I don't think so. It's gonna look gorgeous in my case, in my Part Star case. So, wow, insane card. A mint 9, knock me over with a feather. So, that is it for the recap of the National card wise. The National was insane. I never expected the National to be this insane for 2 years in a row. It's if this is my personal opinion. Don't get me wrong, I love going there, and I love it. But the National is getting less and less for people like me, and more for the younger crowd. I'm not saying I'm an ancient dinosaur, but it is more younger, or 20-somethings, or even younger than that, running around flipping cards for profits. I was outnumbered at least from people like me to that crowd. We were outnumbered 10-1. That's conservative. I don't mind selling cards for profit, but that they're the cards. This is what we were talking about. The cards that these people are picking up mean nothing to them but dollar signs. Every purchase I make, unless it's a slam dunk, I am not purchasing anything out of my realm. Can I? Absolutely, I can. But I don't think flipping cards like that is fun. So, to me, I have the collector in heart. And if I see a slam dunk, of course, I pick it. I have a few cards in my collection that I picked up just because it was a slam dunk. I'm making more than I'm flipping for massive amounts instead of just a few pennies, but you know what I mean, $20, $30 flip, whatever they're making on these. I don't hate that people in the crowd, but they're taking up showcase after showcase, having their case on the showcase, doing a deal where I can't see the showcase at all. I have to wait to see showcases. It's frustrating. I have more fond memories of the Nationals before COVID. The people that I know that I had great conversations with, even the people that I met, love their stuff. Loved hanging out with them. That was great. My favorite thing was a YouTube get together on top of the Claridge Hotel rooftop bar, which I'm terribly afraid of heights, and it's on the 26th floor. So it took everything I got to get up there. Yeah, and it's just not me. But the venue was not for me, but the people were. So I was doing better as time went along. But there's so much. Here's the thing. This kind of stuff was not in showcases. Very rare now. It wasn't like that before. From the stuff that I like collecting, from like 1990s to about 2013, was not in showcases very much. Disappointing. If you love Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow, and Trevor Lawrence, and Trey Lance, you were going to have the greatest National ever, because they were in every case. It's frustrating. I know my stuff, and this stuff is selling for thousands of way over cards like this. Boggles my mind. I don't even know anymore. I feel like I'm out of touch with the card market today, and I think that's the best thing I could say about myself. I'm glad to be out of touch with the card market today. So By far not. I just thought there was too much of that, and I know that's what the dealers got to put out because I know what the younger generation and these young people flipping cards want to see and have. It's always someone every year, but not to this extent. You really had to search and be diligent if you're looking for stuff in my realm. It was tough. And I don't see it getting any easier. Well, especially for me because I found plenty of dupe Bart stars out there that I already had. Wouldn't be a dupe if I would have bought it. I didn't need them. Let somebody else enjoy that Bart star, which I know that a lot of them sold. Because I would go back to that same area. I'm like, I wonder if this card's still here. And it would be for the most part. Good. Enjoy it. But yeah. Tough. People, fantastic. I didn't hear any problems with people theft like we did in Chicago a few times. I didn't get pickpocketed this year. Yeah, but still very exciting. I'm getting older, so I'm not moving as fast anyway. And I did a very diligent search. It took me a full 2 days to do the whole show, and then I went over it again at a faster pace to see if anything entered the cases that it wasn't there the day before. Because I have not personally found it, but Michael Phillips has personally found a Bart star for me that ended up in a showcase on like a Sunday, I believe, maybe a Saturday, late Saturday, where someone just traded it or sold it to a dealer, and it just ended up in the showcase, and I picked it up for super cheap. But yeah, that's my national experience. Everett was there, which it's the back and forth that we have together is so funny. Yeah, because I'm very sarcastic, and I love trying to get him going, and I usually can't. And he gives it right back, which is fine. I don't care. But he's my brother, and I like going with every year. I can say I like to call him my brother because he's fantastic. His knowledge is crazy. Yes, and he's just one of those guys that is an asset. And if you talk to him, and he doesn't do videos anymore, but if you talk about the National, he'll tell you the same thing. It was tough. It was tough. But we'll try again in Chicago next year. It's not like I'm not going, but it's what a difference a couple of years makes. We've become pop culture when I really didn't want to be pop culture. Maybe it's just because I'm getting older though too. I've been doing the National since 2014. The only year we missed because of COVID, right? So my fondest memories is that first National. How pumped I was, and how wide open, and how you could just walk up to a case and look at it without getting 8 people bumping into you. That's what I remember, and I'm not a big crowd person in the first place, so it's getting tougher and tougher for me to navigate it. It's okay though. It's worth going because the handshakes, the smiles, the interactions with people in this community, and talking with people for the first time about anything that people are in the YouTube community. That's what it's all about in the long run. And there always seems to be something that's special that happens during a National, and this is that card. So it just wows me. But that whole grading submission, I hit a home run, I think. I was very, very excited about it. So without rambling anymore, 34-minute video, but it's the National video. It's the big time video. I hope you hung on this long. And thanks everybody for watching, and man, what a ride. I was exhausted getting home. I'll tell you what, flying it's like a whole day of travel each way, so You get sick of that. So, but anyways, thanks for watching. Love you guys. Take care. See you soon, hopefully. I don't know when, because I have some massive things to put away. But what a ride. Love you guys.